Thank you very much for that, Vivek. Let's move on and address another important company that we've lined up for you on MCR. Packaging industry in focus today. We have Pankaj Poddar, the CEO of Cosmo First, now joining in. Thank you very much for joining in. First, if you could give us an indication of how the BOPET spreads and pricing has been this year, because we first saw a sharp decline in crude prices and then that bit of a recovery.
Hi, good afternoon. So, see, there has been bunching of capacity.
Mr. Poddar, I think you're on mute.
I am not. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay. All right. I was saying, there was bunching of capacity in the current year, and therefore, at large, the commodity margins are down in polyester. Having said that, the company has decided, or let's say our chairman, Mr. Jaipuri, and I earlier had decided that we will decommoditize the company, focus on specialty films, and we have been able to do this successfully over the years, and that should be clearly coming out in results. It came out in the past too, and it will continue to come, and those efforts will continue from our side.
Oh yes, that's true, Pankaj. But good afternoon. The thing is that we have seen and we've been talking about how much supply is going to hit the industry soon. We are talking about global supply addition here as well. In that case as well, is it easy to insulate pricing or spreads on specialty films as well? What is the general margin difference? How much more are you earning or able to make on specialty films in terms of numbers?
Yeah, so on an average, we earn close to 35 rupees per kg higher. Let's understand that majority of these specialty films are linked to raw material pricing. There's a lot of research which goes on for several years, and every product category that you develop takes its own course of time. Most of these cases, you have very limited competition globally. In some cases, it is just one or two companies. In some cases, we are the only one who is supplying it. Few cases, there could be 3-4 suppliers. So the competition is far lesser, and we therefore do not see a reason that in the short term, there'll be a depletion of margins. Obviously, over a period of time, some products, become semi-specialty and later on does get into commodity. But we have a strong pipeline of products. And the other thing that we have done, if we see the last 20-year history of Cosmo, we used to have thermal films as the first major launch from Cosmo. Then we got label films as the next major launch from Cosmo, where we did very well. And then there was a synthetic paper. The good news is that now we have a host of products that are either getting commercialized or in the process of getting commercialization. And therefore, we'll continue to work on specialty growth, and that's the critical focus when it comes to a film business.
Could you give us an indication of whether textile demand has started moderating? A lot of the industry people that we speak to, channel checks, seem to indicate that there is a demand moderation from the textile space. Do you have specialized chemicals which cater to the textile space, and how is demand over there?
Yeah, so one of the new verticals that we started under Cosmo Specialty Chemicals was textile chemical. And you rightly pointed out that the demand, especially in the export side, has moderated a bit, and therefore scaling up that business to that extent has been a challenge. But there again, our focus is largely getting to niche products, and obviously niche products take its own time to scale up. But from a demand perspective, you are right, textile demand in general is lower. And as per the recent reports, again, year 2023 is also expected to remain lower when it comes to textile overall demand. Having said that, the government has also come up with PLI, which I think will start showing results from mid of 23 or early 24, because close to, if I remember correctly, close to 15,000 crore rupees of PLI has been approved for textile, and that is going to bump up the demand for textile in the coming years.
Okay, so that is about textile as a part of your specialty chemicals. Which are the other industries you cater to? You already also have spoken about a 60 crore capex in the specialty chemicals business. What is the asset turn here? Say 2-3 years down the line, how much will specialty chemicals contribute to your overall revenues?
So see, Cosmo Specialty Chemicals is one division that we started barely 1.5 years ago. This year, we expect to close anywhere between 180 to 200 crores. We initially started with specialty master batches, then got into textile chemicals. And we are, under product trials right now for adhesives. So there'll be largely these three verticals for us. And, right now, till now, we have invested close to 35-40 crores under this vertical. We will be scaling it up, especially the adhesive verticals in the times to come. And the asset turnover ratio will always be much better on a chemical business, because even if you see on 35 crores, we've already reached 200. We have a potential to touch 300, 350 crores from this capex itself. So the asset turnover ratio will be anywhere between 8 to 10 for this business.
Okay.
Sir, it's the year end. It's time to look ahead, and we would love it if you could give us some projections, some growth plans for the company. FY22 revenues were nearly 3,000 crore rupees. What could the number look like in the next year? FY23, FY24. Give us the growth plans. When do you think revenues could double, for instance? What are the internal projections?
Yeah, so see, one thing, another business that we didn't talk about is Ziggly, where we have recently launched the app. So our app is now working on both iOS and the Android. It's the first pet care app in the country. Since we last spoke, now we've opened a lot of new stores as well. So we are a true omni-channel pet care company now, and we are close to 11 stores, and we open 2 to 3 stores every month. As far as the overall revenue is concerned, we had earlier given a projection that by FY26, we are looking at somewhere between 5,500 to 6,000 crore revenue. We are steering nicely on that. We have already announced expansions in film business as well as chemical and Ziggly. So all of them are growing as per plan. And so from current last year 3,300 crores, we should be doing 6,000 crores by FY26.
So you'll be doubling your revenues by FY26. Actually, I wanted to speak to you about your pet care business as well. You have been talking about expanding in the retail and the online presence as well. What is the current number of stores right now? How much can you expand it to? So what kind of additional investment will it require here? And when you talk about your online channel and apps, how many downloads have you seen here? What kind of visitor growth have you seen on your website as well?
Yeah, so right now we have not spent any money in terms of the download, and already 16,000 downloads have happened, and close to 1.5 lakh customers are already following our different social media. So it's a very good response we are getting from the customers. Month on month, we are seeing 20-25% growth in terms of our sale numbers. As far as stores, we've already opened 11 stores. By March, we're expecting to be somewhere in the range of 15 to 18 stores. We had earlier talked about 15 stores, but looks like we should be exceeding that number. App has just got launched, and we are seeing a fabulous response too, because customers for the first time are seeing a pet care app where they can order the products very comfortably, but at the same time, in some cities, we've also gone ahead and given the services to the customers. Some of these services are also available on telephone, like training and vet services. So we are getting a phenomenal response. We continue to open new warehouses also to make sure that our deliveries are faster. Right now, we have warehouse only in Delhi NCR region. We are soon going to also launch it in Mumbai and then later on in South India. So which will make sure that we are able to deliver to most of our customers within a day, or in some cases in few hours, which is further going to scale up our digital side of the business.
Okay, all right, Mr. Poddar, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us and outlining plans in different segments as well, and wishing you and everyone at Cosmo First a very happy new year as well. That's the word coming in from Cosmo First. The stock is up around 1.5%. Some recovery seen in the Nifty as well. That is up 26 points as we speak. Bank Nifty too has recovered, and that one is up around 108 points. So there has been a massive move actually. The Nifty is at the day's high right now, and it is led by Bank Nifty. So that one too has seen some recovery from the lows. Slip into a break now. On the other side, in our special segment Mid Cap Spotlight, we'll focus on Hari Om Pipe Industries. It's up around 15%. Stay tuned.